If you are trying to escape from a fire, you can't escape from a fire by adding more fire. No. Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel, and I just want to bless you for tuning in into today's video. Today's video is one of my, very good ones because it talks about things that I usually have close affection to, which is the mind. And just like how the title of the video says, we're going to be talking about how to stay present and how presence is actually our main form of being, rather than being in a state of mind or in a state of just noise everywhere. So I'm going to give you guys a quote that I'll come back to later in the video, which is, your mind is a tool, not an identity, and everything you do is irrelevant if you don't do it from your core. And what do I mean by your core? Your core is your state of being. The core is your state of awareness, doing it from your real innate self. And words like presence, consciousness, states of being, enlightenment, all these are just names for a higher state of frequency. And first of all, what is frequency? Your frequency is what we call energy. Frequency is what we call your state of being. We all have a state of being. State of being is where you are at the current moment. So you could be angry, you could be sad, you could be envious, you could be any emotion you can think of that your mind can actually construct is your state of being. So now here's where I'm going with this. Where you are currently, if it's not in the now, if it's not in the present moment, it's actually your mind that's actually driving you. I want you guys to know something. What I might be saying today might be very overwhelming at first. It might be overwhelming because you don't know anything I'm saying, which is because you are in a lower level of frequency. Don't think of it as, oh, he's higher than me, he's low. No, that's just your mind, working out things like that. And when you understand it, you will understand what I'm saying, that, okay, yes, this is why he says so and so. Don't think about it like that. It will all flow when it's time. But just think of it as me planting a seed in you that eventually, it would come out as a flower. Let's just put it like that. Okay? So let's go. Your state of presence is where you are meant to be always. The state of now, the state of here, what you're doing now, and who you are now. You see where you're getting things wrong is we use our mind as an identity. We think our mind is okay because our mind has been there with us from birth. Our mind has been there since the Genesis. We're meant to always think of our mind as our helper. But no, the mind is actually meant to be following who you are. But if you don't know who you are, you tend to just look at the mind as who you are. That's the bar right there. Write that down. So, how do you know who you are? Who do you think? How do I get to know who I am if I'm not meant to follow my mind? And the only way you can get to know who you are is by being present. I don't know if you're following me. How do you be present? How do you stay present? I mean, there are different ways to actually know how to stay present. You can stay present by observing your breath. You can stay present by observing nature around you. You can stay present by just being in a state of mindless where you're not thinking, the noise isn't there. Because I'm sure as you're listening to me right now, there's something at the back of your mind going through there, just back and forth. I'm sure. So like, how do you stop that noise now? How do you take back control over your life? Is by being present. And that's what I'm trying to tell you guys now. That's how to find yourself. That's how to find who you are. And it won't be easy at first because you don't know where you are. You don't know how to stop this because it has been with you from birth. It has been with you since your ancestors. And that's why they say our world is collapsing, because the mind doesn't know how to create. The mind only knows how to remember. The mind knows how to differentiate, but the mind doesn't know how to create. You become creative from your subconscious. The subconscious is not your mind. This can be very overwhelming, I know. That's what I'm telling you guys now. To remain calm, it would eventually flow. But first thing you have to do is know where you are and how to stay present. That's just the first thing you need to learn how to do. Because if you think you can think about it, you can't think about it. The mind is doesn't know how to do that. If you are trying to escape from a fire, you can't escape from a fire by adding more fire. No, that's the same thing you're trying to do. You're trying to escape from the mind by thinking. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So, what I'm trying to do is this. I'm trying to remove your mind from a state of noise to bringing it back to a state of consciousness. So, going back to what I said earlier when I said your mind is a tool, not an identity. Your mind is a tool, not an authority. Is we tend to see things as how will I put it? We tend to differentiate things, just like I said, what the mind is very good at doing. Differentiating, analyzing. We tend to look at things from how the mind perceives them. For example, if I tell you you're an idiot now, you won't think about it as, am I actually an idiot? Why is this person saying I'm an idiot? Who is this person saying? Who is this person calling me an idiot? You won't think of it like that. You just first of all think of it as an insult and react. That's the mind. The mind only knows how to react, basically. And it's not bad. Don't get me wrong. It's doing its job. The mind is doing its job. But that's not you. The only reason why you are actually reacting the way the mind is reacting is because you are taking an identity from the mind. I don't know if you're understanding what I'm saying. It will be overwhelming at first, just like I said. But allow it to be overwhelming. It's just me planting a seed in your mind, just so that you understand what I'm trying to say. So, another example is, if you're, let's say, in an environment where you find people just being very abusive or being very annoying, and then you stay in a state of presence, you're staying in a state of now, you're staying in a state of mindless, you're not thinking about anything, you are in your core. You understand that any pain you feel is just in the mind. I want you guys to listen. It's overwhelming. What I'm saying is overwhelming is because when I started on this journey too, I didn't understand shit. I felt this was just delusional. I felt it was like, how would you say I shouldn't think? You know? How is that possible? That's the first thing I said. How you say my mind is not an identity, then what else is an identity? That's what I said. But I want you guys to know that it's possible. I won't be here if it wasn't. And it's something that has to be said because we are going, and I'm talking about our generation right now. We are going towards a very, very degenerate, spoiled era. And if you don't know how to pull back and actually know how to stay present, you get soaked in it. And that's why you see people getting depressed. You see people getting anxious because they are all in the state of mind. That's where they are. They're in their mind. There's nothing like pain. There's nothing like wrong. There's nothing like right. But I'm not even trying to talk about that because that will overwhelm you guys so much more. I'm just trying to bring your cognizance now to the understanding that the first thing you have to do is learn how to just remain present. And at the beginning stage, there are 3 stages to this thing. There's the beginning stage, there's the middle stage, and then there's the extreme stage where you see all these Buddhists, you see all these monks, all these people. They are just in a state of presence. They are there. That's where you now see them experiencing enlightenment. But that doesn't mean they don't even still experience some of these things you still experience, but they have mastered it. So that's why I'm bringing your cognizance now to just understand that it all starts from a place of presence. And I promise you, you have no idea the abundance of knowledge that awaits you at the other side. But I don't want you guys to look at it as is a means to an end. No, it's a means on its own. You know how people say, trust the process, not the result. It's more about the process than the result. It's exactly the same thing. It's more about how you are, who you are in the now, rather than what you want to be. It's the now that matters more, not the past, not the future. Once you see yourself existing in the future or thinking about the past, you're not in the state of now, you're in the state of mind. Oof, that's a bar right there. Write that down. Do you understand what I'm saying? You're in a state of mind, you're not in a state of being. I keep on telling people that know me, they know me. This is like my catchphrase. Your mind is not your friend. It can be your best friend, but it can also be your worst enemy. But how can you actually hold and take control back of your life? Because you're not in control. If you're in control, you won't be getting angry about when people do certain things to you. If you're in control, you actually control that noise. If you are actually in control, but you're not. And actually understanding that you're not is the first step to progress. I don't know who needs to hear this. As a matter of fact, everybody needs to hear this. But the thing is this, it starts small. And how you can always know that you're in a state of mind is this. The mind can never exist in the present. That's when you should know. The mind can't exist in the present. The mind can only exist in the past and the future. So whenever you see yourself being anxious, you are in a state of mind. Whenever you see yourself gassing yourself up about the future, you are in a state of mind. Whenever you are present, you are in a state of being. That's your being. The ego is so dangerous, and we don't know this. You know until you know because you don't know. There are three different types of people. There are those who know, and there are those who know, but they know that they don't know some things. And there's the third one, who don't know and who don't know that they don't know. And that's who you are right now. You don't even have any idea that there's another side of this. You know how, let me give you an example. I need to bust your head right now. You know how sometimes you might think about something and then you're now thinking, oh God, this shit is going to go mad. But eventually it doesn't go mad. Why? It's your mind. You wanted it to go a certain way. You were thinking about it, overthinking about it. You couldn't become creative. You couldn't stay in a state of being, and your mind spoiled it. Your mind cannot create. I said this earlier. It can't create. It can't. So if you think about something going to happen, what you should do is understand that certain situation. Understand, say for example, it's maybe about you're going to approach somebody. Let's say for instance now, let's not even use a girl now. Let's use a business opportunity. You're going to approach someone now for a business opportunity, and then you're trying to land a deal. And you have this perfect idea, but you go there, you're scared, you're overthinking, you're anxious, you're in a state of mind. But if you're in a state of being, you already know how you want to talk to this person. You just go there and then you spill your mouth out and you leave. I'm saying this because whenever you can stay in a state of presence, you can meditate on yourself fully. You don't even need to think too much, because creativeness comes from where? The mind. No, sorry. Creativeness comes from the subconscious. Do you understand what I'm saying? But how the subconscious taps into that abundance now is what we don't know. Nobody knows how to explain that. But just know that abundance is there waiting for you at the other side. You just have to know it's there. It's very easy to trick your mind because it's so smart. He has been with you from the very beginning. So he knows everything about you. He knows how to trick you into thinking that, oh, you've gotten it. Even being in a state of being, you can easily fall into an state of identity where you are thinking, oh, I'm aware now, I'm good now, I know, I understand this now. That's also your mind. And I found this out today. That's also your mind even trying to trick you. into holding an identity again. Bruce Lee said something. He said, be like water. Flow. But how can you flow when you are in your mind? Be fluid. It's so hard. And I'm telling you this because there's so much peace here. There's so much solace. There's so much knowledge. There's so much that you don't know. Because this, like, I promise you, I don't want to say so much because you guys will now think of it as, oh my God, there's so much waiting for me. Let me go and let me just start. Let me start. And you won't think of what I'm saying. It's not the means to an end. It's the means that really matter. It's the process. That's the most important thing. I learned something earlier this week, and it was a question someone asked, and his reply was that, say for example, you're trying to learn something and then it doesn't happen to be that you get results at that exact moment, right? What would you do? And I was like, I was really like, the question got me out because I think that happens to every single one of us where we try so many things and then we are not just seeing the result at this exact moment. And that's where the guy answered the question. He was like, you just have to understand that this reality we are in is an illusion. Your reality is here. They say if someone says something is blue, what makes that person wrong if that thing is orange? It's their own reality. I'm not saying you should go and kill anybody and say it's your reality. No. Understand what I'm saying? If you are in a state of reality, right, you will understand that the reality you're trying to push on is just an attachment to an end goal rather than enjoying the process. It's so hard to make this thing pass into your head now because you are at a state where it's just the beginning. This could be like a series I could run through. It's not even a video that I can explain the whole thing in 30 minutes, in an hour. No, it can't happen. But at the short period where your attention span can catch in something, I'm trying to just plant a seed so that you can understand that it's just a state of presence. Being here, being present, just feeling yourself fully can help you so much. Ego is a state of mind. Ego has been the downfall of humanity right from beginning. Right from beginning. Ego is what made us kill so many people. Ego is the cause of wars. Ego is the cause of so many things. And I want you guys to know that when you begin this journey and you have gotten so good at being present, because it's a process, don't forget. You've gotten so good at being present. I don't want you guys to create an identity on that and say, oh my God, I'm present. I'm a present guy. Nah, that's an identity. That's a bottle that can be broken. Being present doesn't mean you should always say I'm present. Nah. It's not. Just be. Honestly. You don't think about the future. You don't think about the past. You're in the now. And I think that'll be all for now, honestly. And until I talk to you guys next time, stay safe.